Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us.
Wait, you got to see this.
Oh, I better go get the clicker.
Okay, whatever you did, yell scared Bo.
Oh, that's cute. Very cute.
That was
Bobo,
great.
get over here, please.
That was
Bobo. It's okay.
that'll be on all of our blooper reels from now on. I'll tell you that. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody from Truro, Nova Scotia. Is that right?
We're held at Bo.
This is Sunday. We must be in Truro. So
Bobo.
now you got them all upset with all that. That was great.
Come here, Bobo, and sit down.
We're actually near the Bay of Fundy tidal bore, which is where some of these people are going to go brown water rafting tomorrow.
That really sounds bad.
That is bad, doesn't it? It is, because it's all mud and they're going to get zapped by the mud. You going, Elizabeth?
Yep.
Oh, I want a picture. What group are you in? I'll make sure.
Bo.
All right. Well, we'll be there. So this is it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. That's what we're doing tomorrow. And then we head over to Prince Edward Island. And for those of you who just tuning in and say, what are we talking about? We are in the midst of the end now coming up. This is the last few days of our 27-day Best of the Maritimes Fantasy RV Tour. We have just had a great time with about 50 of our friends. And
I think we need to extend it to the 61-day tour because we're all just getting comfortable.
I've had several people say, are there any more tours this year? You can go check with fantasyrvs.com, but I would be surprised if there are any openings yet this year. These things sell out. And they have a number of different tours of different lengths, longer than even this one, as long as I think 61 days and as short as this one, which is 27 days. You can even design your own sort of tour with it. So go to their website, fantasyrvtours.com. And if you are thinking about the Maritimes, you want to book about a year in advance. That's what we all did for this one, pretty much a year in advance to do it. That's how fast and how popular these are. And we've run into a couple of other fantasy tours, different length tours here, just as passing. They'd be leaving a campground as we'd be coming. You can see on the screen, fantasyrvtours.com is where you go for more information about it. We've had a great time. We do want to send out birthday greetings today. Happy birthday to Mark Cooper in Sun City, West Arizona. He's the brother of Tim Cooper, who is with his wife Sherry, the tail gunner on our tour here. And the tail gunners are the guys who come out the last to make sure if anybody had any problems that they get to the campsite. No real problems. Somebody had a flat tire today. Was that you, Frank? No, who had the flat? Oh, Al, and has he showed up yet? They're probably having a good time now, but they are okay. But that's the next question everybody's going to say is, well, how are the roads there? Hands down, the roads generally are better than they are in the United States. I would say that. So anyway, happy birthday to Tim's brother Mark, and we just want to shout out to Tim and Sherry and Ken and Holly. Ken and Holly are our wagon masters, and Bo's wandering around now in total charge of this place.
And if he doesn't like it, you're going to know about it.
But the way
kids are riding bikes.
The way this tour has really been managed and run by Ken and Holly and Tim and Sherry, it's just been great. And can we get a round of applause for these guys? Because we'll all tell them later on. But it's been great.
Oh, now we're getting everybody barking.
Yeah. All the dogs are barking. Bo doesn't know what's going on. All right, Daniel Mitchell.
Okay, Maritime Adventure. Spectacular scenery, awesome people. Thanks for sharing your experience.
See, we think that it's us 50 on this, but really there are probably a couple thousand people who are traveling with us. and consuming. We've been sending photographs and all of that stuff along the way, and many people are really excited about doing a tour like this. And we hope. And thank you, Daniel. It's fun to share it. Desina Reyes is. Where are you, Desina?
There she is.
She's right over here.
Whoa.
And,
Whoa. Stop it.
and she's asking us what has been the most surprising discovery. Should we put Bo inside, do you think?
I don't know. What has been the most surprising discovery of your trip in the Maritimes? Wow.
Wow, it has been.
Bobo, come.
You know, I think the history. I had, I'm not very interested in Canadian history because I don't live in Canada. But I am surprised by how much the Canadian history has intertwined with our American history.
Yeah.
And I've also been just amazed at the larger story between the French and the English, and even earlier on when we first started in New Brunswick, how so many of the British loyalists from the colonies came and settled here rather than be part of the revolution. And it's just been a sense of North American community, I guess, is what I did not expect that I'd have from this. I thought my most important things would be, the scenery, and the scenery has been awesome. It's just gorgeous up. But for me, it's a history. How about you?
I have enjoyed the history lesson and the forts, and I didn't know about all these forts, whether I would enjoy them or not, but I have enjoyed them. And I have found it very interesting that the people who are from Britain and the people from France speak to each other after seeing this history of all the battling and all the bloodshed from the past, that everybody coexists today.
Yeah, it is.
Because sometimes it's hard to let go of the past.
One word, thanks from you guys. What's been most surprising to you on all this?
The tides. The tides
massive
are
tides.
incredible.
Yeah. It sort of governs the whole daily clock up here of how people interact, where they go. So that's been really interesting. And then just the scenery. It is beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of Alaska. It reminds me a little bit of Big Sur. And sometimes the Great Smoky Mountains. We did the Cabot Trail the other day, and the Great Smoky Mountains, it looked like a little bit in some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the things I think that have surprised us.
Oh, many variations of seafood chowder. True.
Mussels, clams,
seafood
oysters,
chowder. Yeah, what's in it? How it tastes?
Some of them, and of course, all of them have lobster, and all of them have scallops, and then some are creamy, and some are just a broth. Excellent. Every place you go to a restaurant, make sure you get seafood chowder. And yesterday we had something called a donair that we learned about from Frank, one of the other guys in the tour here. And my goodness, that's quite a. If you have had a Greek gyro, it's kind of like that. Only half of one is about this big.
Well, I think because we got the large, there was small, medium, and large, and I thought it would be length, but I think it was
girth.
Yeah.
And sweet little sauce on it that just gives you a kick. Try it. Donair, Donair.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably try some more. All right. More of your questions. This is from Bradley Olson.
Okay.
He's up in the UP.
Yeah. Greetings from Fayette Historic State Park in Michigan. Day number 10 of following your UP guide and loving every minute of it. Throwing in some serendipity too. Thanks again for the useful tips. Well, I'm so glad that he's enjoying it.
Bradley, we had hoped to actually have come home from this trip, leaving Prince Edward Island next Saturday and then driving across Canada East and then coming in through the UP, so we could have looked up you someplace on that trip. And I had one campground booked somewhere this side of Montreal, east of Montreal, but from basically Ottawa west, there was like 500 miles with nothing, no campgrounds, nothing that I could see. So I don't think that's going to work out for us, but we love Fayette Historic State Park. It's another fort for those of you who haven't been in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. in the most remote place at the time in Michigan, which was Copper Harbor, which is that little hook comes out at the tip of at the tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula in Lake Superior. Have fun up there, Bradley, and thanks for getting our Michigan UP guide. Sharon Childress.
Hello from Branchville, New Jersey. Great weather here today. Spent the day in the pool enjoying the great weather. Sounds like a good way to spend the day.
Yeah, it's kind of cool tonight. The sun is going down. We are in Atlantic time, so it's 8:11 Atlantic time. But the temperature is pretty much 80 degrees all the way through. We had a couple of cloudy days where it was in the 60s, but it has never been cold. And a light jacket like this is all you need. And it's usually just at night. So
that's because we're Michiganders. Those
that's
from
right.
Florida and Georgia have been a little chilly once in a while.
Run Wijeka.
Hello from upstate New York. Things are drying out today from all that rain.
Yes, it was rainy down there, I heard. And we had the remnants of that hurricane yesterday, and it was just in the form of really strong winds. We had a very windy day. Anybody know how in how many, not in metric, but how fast strong the winds were yesterday? Gust of 45, but it was a pretty constant wind. All right, Jeff Newman.
Hello from Hoff State Park
in Michigan.
We are on the waiting list for the Florida meet, hoping for a cancellation. We had such a great time in Shipshewana. I'm so happy that you had a good time in Shipshewana.
Yes, our Florida meetup, the cancellation deadline, I think, was Friday, and we didn't have any that I know of. I can see Phyllis, who's monitoring. We didn't have any cancellations, did we? No. But, sometimes there's still emergencies, and if there's an opening, we'd love to have you. But we intentionally, kind of like Fantasy RV, we keep our gatherings to roughly no more than 50 people because that's the most that we can really interact with. And if it gets past that, we don't really get a chance to see any, and it's much more manageable, and it's easier for food and catering and all that stuff. We are excited about our gathering in Navarre, Florida, coming up first week of October. So
just around the corner.
And we're talking about next year. Nothing to announce yet. Carter Richardson.
Hey, Mike and Jen, glad to watch the live video.
Mike and Jim, he says.
I knew what he meant.
Okay.
That's
I just said. James Shipley.
Hi guys, from Lapeer, Michigan. We're familiar with Lapeer, that's our old neighborhood.
Yeah, that is our old neighborhood, isn't it?
Just north of where we lived in Oakland.
Karen H.
Hi, from Denver, North Carolina, Denver of the East. 2 years ago, we were where you are now with Fantasy. Great trip, great friends.
I bet. I wonder how many people redo this and come and do the longer version, which we don't go into Newfoundland, but many people the longer trips do, and we've heard we've run into some folks who've been in both on both trips. But 27 days has gone just like that. I mean, I'm just amazed, haven't we all? How fast it has gone. So that's great. And you guys, any of you guys have a question, just stick your hand up in the air and we'll pick it up and go. Or if you want to add a comment. Chris Mondo Biondo.
Hello, RV lifestyle friends, and hello, Canada, from Wichita, Kansas, from Chris and Amy.
Chris is a part of our RV lifestyle community, and he does just an awesome job of keeping track of weather that RVers should know about. And just a shout out to you, Chris, how much we and everybody appreciates that. And if you are not a part of our RV lifestyle community, let me do a quick plug for it. It's at community.rvlifestyle.com. And it's free. It's a group dedicated to many different aspects of the RV lifestyle. It is not a Facebook group. In fact, we formed this because of a lot of the hassles that happen on Facebook all the time. And you know what those are. People get nasty and they get snide, they get political, they get bickering. And our administrators, we have a team of, I think, 6 or 7 administrators, and they just do a great job. But so many times we have to actually close comments because of all of the nastiness that's on Facebook. So we started this group, community.rvlifestyle.com, as a place where anybody can go ask questions. And there's so many things that are so much better than Facebook. Yes, we still have our Facebook group for those of you who are wedded to Facebook, but I think we're up to we're pushing 15,000 now on the community, and we'd love to have you guys be a part of it too. Check it out. If you get a little ticked off with all the stuff that happens on Facebook, come on over to our community. None of those problems. Jerry with the question.
How's your Starlink working in your campsite?
Jerry wants to know. Say it again.
How's your Starlink working in your campsite?
Okay, here's our Montana, and you really can't see, but above us there are those trees, and see the kind of the spotty looking pine there on the left, and the other ones, that's an easy way to say it's dead, but it's looking kind of scrawny. That's my window right there, because the Starlink antenna is pretty much straight over Jennifer's head, right on the roof there. And it's all those watching this live stream are watching it on Starlink. We have had perfect coverage with Starlink this entire trip. When our cell phones sometimes didn't work because we were in areas that we just couldn't, I had great coverage with Starlink and using Wi-Fi. So Starlink has worked.
Dog alert!
Really
dog
good.
alert!
Yeah, there's a dog walking past. Oh my goodness, how could that happen?
No dog, just
no
people.
dog, but it could have been a dog.
Could have been.
Could have been. Jane Ellis something or other says hi from West Palm Beach.
All right.
Or Juan, your last name is longer than your message. So hello. Thanks for checking in and watching us today. Jean Barry King.
Hello, greetings. Our son moved back to college and looking forward to fall camping.
Can you believe we're talking about fall camping already? That's amazing.
Fall camping, I think, is the best.
I do too. It's my favorite time of year. I think October. Jenna, I hope you have a great time. I'm getting all the news releases from all of the parks saying that they are all booked up now for almost every weekend in October, because Halloween has become a huge moneymaker for many RV parks, with Halloween events, starting the first weekend of October. Everybody's realized that fall camping is increasingly popular.
And October camping is Bo's favorite time to camp, because the campground that we took him to, a lot of people had dog treats.
Oh yeah.
They didn't just give to kids, they gave to dogs.
Yeah, we love to walk Bo trick-or-treating because everybody had dog treats.
Yep.
Then. That's good.
Bo's favorite time of year.
Eric Miller.
What is the price of gas compared to the US?
That's a really good question. I know somebody here in our group will have figured it out, because it's in liters, not gallons, and I think it's 3.72.
Susie's got
Susie knows how many liters in the gallons.
Well, no, just what's the price
for fuel. For regular
regular
gas, Susie says $4.75 a gallon, and that's Canadian.
That's
That's
US.
US. That's with the 24% or 22% discount.
28. Somebody told us.
Is it 28%?
So gas is expensive here.
Wow. Yeah. I know I filled up 43 gallons in the Beast, or 350 last night, and my bill was $207 Canadian. What? Well, it's Canadian, but still, that's
a lot of money.
Yeah, that's still a lot. So that's good. And I would imagine as we go further north towards Prince Edward Island, it'll be a little bit more. So yeah. So they get you on that. You might have a great exchange rate, but the price is pretty heavy. And Canadians are paying that too. So it is more money. Grisky.
Is this a trend? I hear brand new trucks and RVs, including the one we ordered, are being delivered without a spare tire.
Gouging, making the CCC, the cargo carrying capacity, better. Of course, we'll get it. Yes, it's a little bit of both. RV dealers and manufacturers have cut the things that they include, the upgraded things. They've taken as many of those off as possible to make RVs more affordable. Money is tighter, interest rates are ridiculous. Most people finance an RV. So for the manufacturers, it's been a real dilemma. How do you keep process costs down? One of the ways is don't throw a spare tire in there. And a benefit of that is you can then have that 50, 75 pounds, whatever a tire weighs, go back to your cargo carrying capacity. So yes, it is a trend. I would always say you should have a spare. Particularly, I've seen on Class Bs that they don't have a spare, and on some Class Cs that they're an option or they don't come standard. But anybody buy one without a spare?
Yeah.
Well, there's quite a few people.
Well, you
Yeah.
could just do a head count.
So you have a Class C, no spare, and that's a leisure travel van you have. And most
Leisure travel,
you,
no
spare.
Integra has been
An Integra
Regency.
Class C,
Regency, no.
that you can see.
Travado,
Denny right there. That's a Travado. No spare. Yeah. Did anybody ask about it? You
Oh.
have a spare. You have a small towable. You have a spare, and you have a Carrigo.
Yes,
But see, what year is yours?
a Dynamax Carrigo, 2002.
2002. And all the ones that don't have a spare, what year?
Ours is 2020, but we were told, since we have dual wheels in the back, if we get a flat in the back, we can still limp to a place. We get a flat in the front, we take one off the back and put it on the front. So we can still limp to a place. We can still get there.
Yeah. Does that sound a little, a little? Yeah. But you certainly can understand, I think, why manufacturers would do that, because they do cost extra money, and they are doing their best to get people to buy.
okay. When I was driving and we got a bad tire, it was the front.
It was the front.
Yeah, front left, wasn't it? Or
Yes.
right. I don't know if it's left or right.
It was front right.
Front right. Because somebody drove past and they were telling me, and I didn't know what they were telling me, and I didn't
Yeah,
listen.
That
Then
was
we
the front
figured
one.
it out. We had a flat.
Yeah,
I had a
but
pothole and I got a bad tire.
we did.
And we had to
Um,
drive it like that because it was a front.
James Zozencho, did you enjoy a kale? CAIL. Anybody know what a kale is? Food? I have no idea. I don't know what a kale is. And nobody else here does either. So
Okay.
there's no such thing. There it is. I crowdsourced it. Mark C. Mark C says, thank you for the birthday greetings. Come over here and give him a in-person greeting. Come on. I mean, that's the least we can. $5. Anybody have any special greetings they want to sell? We'll just put a little tip jar. Here's Tim Cooper saying hi to his brother.
Hi, Mark. Happy birthday. We tried calling, but you didn't answer as usual.
So are you big brother? Me,
Are you
in
big
middle, or-
brother, little brother?
I'm a couple years older than him.
And he's at Sun City.
Yep. He lives in
The one
Sun
near
City.
Phoenix.
Yep.
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 That is a huge place.
Yes, it is.
Have a happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
yeah,
Mark.
Yep. And that's Tim, one of our one of the ambassadors here and for Fantasy RV Tours, and he was the tail gunner today. Sarah Robert.
We just finished our 34-day Maritimes RV Fantasy Tour this morning. Saying good.
Saying goodbye.
Oh, saying goodbye. I was moving right over good. Saying goodbye was the hardest. It was consolation, though, that 6 of us signed up for another tour together in 2026. Woo!
That is how popular these are. And, they are, let's just say, they are very expensive.
I was just going to say they have to get some part-time
Yeah.
jobs to afford the next one.
But they are affordable. If you book something in 2026, you got 2 years, you can be a budget
greeter
it.
at Walmart.
You can be a greeter at Walmart and do all. But seriously, it's a good way to do it. And saying goodbye, we were just talking about that. That is the hardest thing that everybody says. And I think that's a trend too, that everybody makes plans. So let's do this trip. And then the next one you already go and you already know, a third of the people there. Sarah Robert says Prince Edward Island
will capture your heart. The trip you are on will just get better and better. Get ready to eat the best mussels of your life.
That's what they said about the Digby scallops, and they were dead on right about that. They were right about the lobster in New Brunswick, and I'm looking forward to the mussels in PEI. Thank you, Sarah. Yep, that's going to be fun. James Suchenko.
We
Did
didn't
you visit the Gaelic College on Cape Breton to enjoy Gaelic music?
Too bad we didn't know about that.
Well, we saw a ton of stuff when we did the Cabot Trail. There's a lot of Gaelic. There's a lot of fiddling there. It's a very popular area, but all the bars and restaurants had Gaelic music, but it was all from 7 to 9 at night. And we were. Did you go? Oh, you went to the college? Elizabeth went to the college.
The tour guide.
Yeah, that's good. Would have been fun to have seen.
Yes, that would have been fun.
Yeah, would have been really fun. Roger Leclerc.
Comment. We are on our way home from completing a 34-day trip, including Newfoundland. Had a ball.
So another fantasy RV tour. There were, how many were out here? Do you know? The fantasy tours?
Six.
Six tours were cruising these Maritimes along with us this past week.
Wow.
And that's amazing. But this is the time that you come. This is the time that you come. Johnny Lightning.
It's okay. It's okay.
Johnny says he's late again. He had to cook dinner and his wife broke her arm a few days ago.
Oh,
well, sorry
I'm
to hear
sorry.
that. That's never a fun thing, especially in the summertime. So I hope you cooked well, Johnny. You're learning a new skill, and that's good for you. Richard Reborn, MD.
A good evening from Northeast Georgia mountains. Cool weather for the next 2 weeks.
Well, there you go.
Sounds
That's,
good.
Cool weather. That's where Jack and Pam have a cabin. We were just talking about LJ, Georgia. Yeah. I'm working to borrow that cabin from Jack and Pam. He says, yeah, we'll trade you the condo, the beach condo for the thing we'll have like trade-offs and stuff. All right.
From Jamie Morrison.
Okay. A Calais is a kitchen party in Cape Breton. Well, we didn't have one of those, so
We'll have
I
to.
don't know. Thanks,
next time.
Jamie. We didn't even hear about such a thing. So, Vanna Nana G.
We have
Oh, I
a
like it. Her name is Vanna, and she's Nana, Grandma G.
2022 Coachman Beyond Class B on a Ford 350 HD.
3500 HD.
Well, 3500. Okay. It came with a spare tire. We are enjoying your trip to the Canadian Maritimes. We traveled the region in 2014. Love the area.
Good. And 2022, the Beyond Class B, that's considered an upgrade in most of the Class Bs that are out there. And of course, that 3500 heavy duty Ford, you would have one. They would put one on there. I don't think the Beyond has, no, I know it doesn't. It doesn't have dual wheels. So that's probably why you have the spare. You don't have dual.
I think it makes sense what was said about the dual wheels.
Yeah, it does. Makes a lot of sense. If you're not going to have a spare, it's good to have the dualies. So that's all good. Quick thing, we are in the process of updating most of our RV tour books, our RV travel guides that we've done. We have now authored 23 of those books. And we urge you, those of you who have bought them, we always send you a copy of the new updated version with new links. And we urge you guys to go check it. The Florida bundles have all been arranged for those of you planning Florida trips come after the first of the year or late January or late December. You can pick up those books right now. Just go to rvlifestyle.com books. Great ideas for camping, the Great Lakes travel series, all of our Michigan books, Maine, the Adirondacks, the national parks. Check them out. They're all in the process of having the latest updates, checked, and resources. And we urge you to go there. One last pitch, get on community.rvlifestyle.com. We'd love to have you be a part of that. We try and interact with that regularly. We've been doing live feeds as we can from this tour. But our ambassadors here from Fantasy RV keep us very busy. And oftentimes we just think, oh, that would have been nice to have done a live shot on. But then we see something else around the bend and we're off looking at that. I missed a video. We have one up on the YouTube channel on New Brunswick. I had hoped to have the Nova Scotia video done yesterday. But frankly, we're still in Nova Scotia and it's going to be another week or so before I get that done. And then we'll have a bunch of little things that we'll show you from here. But for those of you who, plan your trips out in the bucket list, we think the world of the Canadian Maritimes. Everything has been great. We talk a little bit more about it in the podcast Wednesday, so tune in to that. All right. Any questions before we wrap up and it gets dark here in the north woods of the Canada from our audience? Everybody's looking pretty good about that. It's funny, none of them have questions. As soon as I go off there, they all come and ask all these questions. But no, not. I think they just don't want me to put them on. All right. Thank you guys for watching. So next week, we will have another Ask Us Anything on Sunday. Not sure where we will be. Probably as we leave PEI, Prince Edward Island, we'll be probably in Maine about a week from today. That's our plan. All that could change. I did have a lot of people who ask for a meetup in Maine. We will be in Rockport, Maine area, I think next Sunday and Monday. That's our general idea plan now. And if you are in that area and you want to do it, we'll find a pub or something, and we'd be happy to come by and say hello. We love to do that as we travel. Thank you. Don't forget the podcast this week. Lots of stuff on it, and we'd love to hear your comments as well. You can reach us, Mike and Jen, at rvlifestyle.com. These guys we're going to miss next week. It's been really fun. This is the 4th live one we've done with our
Gonna be
audience.
lonely.
We're going to be so lonely. We are. But as it says, happy trails till we meet again, right?
So happy trails.
See y'all later.